Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with a ToasterAxt on GTA 5 with the shaft, the armoured shaft. It turns out that one explosion is not enough to kill said vehicle. You see the sticky bomb on the side. However, if it is well enough positioned, it might just be enough to send the vehicle for a near perfect roll. Didn't quite stick the landing. There happened to be some scenery in the way, but still pretty damn good going. Gamers active on GTA 5 doing a stunt race. Everything is actually being remarkably clean. 3 wide, there wasn't a crash. However, that didn't last too long. Next corner a little bit too wide. And, well, it turns out the rocks are pretty dangerous, to say the least. A Jew on a GTA 5 is driving through the streets of Los Santos with the big old Hummer limo. Not quite paying too much attention to the bike that's just pulled out in front of him, and promptly sends the Hummer for, well, kind of a flip. Not quite a full flip, it was sort of more of a flip and spin, but either way it ended up pointing perfectly in the right direction, so there we go. Knight's Viper also proving why bikes are dangerous, because you never know when they might suddenly have had enough of being a bike and want to be a plane. And they're not very good at carrying people, so normally when they decide to be a plane, you get flung off them. Either way, it's a pretty decent distance. Pretty decent distance and pretty decent height for the bike. Player's fine, hardly taking any damage in all of that, somehow. Reg Gliscor on a GTA 5 notices the derptastic AI. Now, I've seen, the occasional AI get stuck, but no, this is complete derptastic. There are 3 of them this side, there are actually 2 the other side as you head up to, I don't know what's in this building, but like catnip for cars or something? I don't know, whatever it is, a lot of cars want to get to it. AZurespeed is up next on Need for Speed SHFT, racing at high speed around the Nürburgring, a little bit too much speed-wise. Lamborghini gets sideways, amazingly doesn't roll. Here is 2 spins, sort of full spins, with the Lamborghini doing wheelies and twisting and somehow managing to just about come back down before it goes for a very big roll. Epic Man on ASSetto Corsa with a Magic Lotus. Now, we've seen many weird livery glitches and whatnot on various games. I've never seen a full colour changing car though. Depending on the distance to the camera will determine whether the Lotus is black or bright red. And I mean, it's not even like they're similar colours either. That's some quite impressive stuff. It's not even like lighting either, it's just to do with the distance to the camera. Very peculiar, can't say I've seen that one before. Up next we go on to R-Factor with a car not really knowing how to car. I mean, knowing how to fail race pretty damn well, but just rolling over for no real reason. Even in sort of super long, I guess the curb bump must have just been enough to get it up on its side, although it's a tiny curb. Either way, it is enough to send the vehicle tumbling, and I mean, well done. You don't normally roll in that way at Catalonia at all. The Condor on Project Cars 2 is running at Indy with the stock cars. Gets things a little bit wrong, bumps the vehicle ahead. I think might damage some steer as he went off the circuit, couldn't stop it, spins back across in front of the pack, and then is off to space. Yes, because when they're in a crash, the best thing to do is to launch said car to space, and, well, it's somewhere in the around the circuit, around the outside of the circuit. It's going to miss the circuit, however, and go straight through the floor. That's a very broken car. The severe damage doesn't quite do it justice as to what went on for the vehicle. Mustang Bugatti up next on Far Cry 5 is heading to a waypoint, thinks, you know what, I'll take a shortcut. We can drive down the side of this hill. Not a clever idea, was it? Because one rock, many rolls, and desperately try to climb out the vehicle later. Nope, don't take that shortcut. That is a very dangerous shortcut. Not only does the player die, the truck then explodes. So, well done. Well done. Nexon on Euro Truck Sim is racing, carrying a little bit, or everyone's carrying a bit too much speed into a narrowing part of the motorway. There's a touch between the two lorries, and, well, leads to a big roll. Not quite a full-on wedging, however. The truck is still able to move itself off of the barrier. It was not a particularly big touch between the 2 trucks. It wasn't a massive takedown, or it had an effect of a massive takedown, but There we go. Tony Ski on State of Decay 2 is deciding which way to go. You know, a good bit of splashing of zombies. Realises he's heading in the wrong direction, decides to turn around, hits a crash barrier, and that's many rolls and many pukes would have come out of the driver. It's still not quite done yet. Crash barriers are vicious in State of Decay. Crash barriers are very, very vicious. Mud is also very vicious in spin tyres. Black and Red 81, driving the sort of the little SUV, carries a bit too much speed into the mud. And front flip. Well, not quite front flip. More lazy half roly-poly to stuck. I don't think you score many points from the judges for that. But still, I mean, I've driven spin tyres a fair bit. I can't say I've ever managed to roll a truck from hitting a thick patch of mud too fast. But there we go. Well done. That Mudkip will finish us off on Automobilista with a oval race with open-wheeled cars. And, well, there's a lot of debris. I think this camera might be on board with a player car. I'm not sure, though. Either way, there's a huge amount of chaos from, well, the mid-pack, if you like. The car at the very back has bits of debris are scattered down the road, bits of cars and the odd full car. From the exterior view, you get a good idea. So there's a lot of vehicles trying to fit in a lot of places, but it isn't cars sort of squeezing or whatever. A vehicle right down on the inside gets oversteer, and it slides up into the pack. And there is a white and green car that goes for a humongous number of rolls in the middle. This is actually on board the car. It's too far down. It's not even too, yeah, it's a little far down on the bottom. Back end lets go, spins backwards up into the pack. You can see the white and green car start spinning there as everything plows into it. Someone's lost 2 wheels. They might have even lost 3 wheels on that red car. There might only be 1 wheel left. Black car that caused it does get out. Well, I mean, better off than certainly this car to ride on board for the humongous roll for the car. It is in total, I think, about 21 and a half, 22 rolls. 22 and a half rolls. Might be a new record in a single crash. That's, yeah, quite a big one. That is most definitely an impressive shunt. That, though, is going to be it for this episode. If you have more clips that you would like to submit to this series, you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. At the very top of the forums is the FailRace clip submission section, and in there you can find all of the rules and how to submit them. But that is going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.